number one is very simple. If you can just state your name for the tape and the role that you're running for.
Yeah, I'm Samantha Shaw and I'm running for president.
Super. What drew you to the particular role, Samantha?
I have recently received an award from my cohort for being the person that does the most to help others, and I thought that I need to expand my experience to go alongside my academic learning, and I think this is a role that I'll be good at.
Brilliant. Dream scenario, what's the big aim if you were to succeed?
I want students to have a much better idea and much better access to all of the opportunities that are available to them. There is such a level of students that don't know about so many different programs that run through the university, and I think that needs to change. And I think the best way for that to change is to find a method other than email to communicate with our students.
Superb. What's your particular perception of the union right now?
I like it. I think the team that are in currently have done a really good job. I've really enjoyed being a student rep with them this year, and it's given me a much clearer insight into all of the efforts they put in and to all of the changes that they're making.
Do you think over this next year it will change?
Hopefully, yes, just for the better. Obviously, there's always room for improvement. So everything that the team have done this current year, hopefully we'll be able to build on and move forward, and the people in the roles to do that will be able to develop it further.
Brilliant. The next question you've kind of answered, so I'll turn it there. With it building and growing with what you've just said there, should it change how it's going, or should it carry on the same course?
I like the structure that it's got. I like that students are they have such a voice that they can use, and I like that they can do it in a kind of anonymous way. So I choose to collect feedback. I always do it on post-it notes. I always leave the students to write whatever they would. I encourage positive and negative. And actually, the level of feedback I've got and the differences and the conversations it opens up within the committee meetings makes such a difference. And so I think it's definitely something that needs to be maintained moving forward.
Brilliant. How do you deal with problems in a professional setting?
In a professional setting, stay calm, try not get mad, and I always try to avoid the blame game. Like, it's easy to recognise or know that something went wrong and that somebody's potentially at fault. Ultimately, highlighting that, making somebody feel small, isn't beneficial for that person. Moving forward, looking at what happened, why it happened, and what we can do to move forward is my tactic. It's the tactic I use with my children when they let me. So it's definitely one that I employ in my professional life.
Brilliant. In the university setting that we have at the moment, if you were to be successful in your particular role, you would be forced into the limelight. You'd be on every poster, every screen, everything like that. How would you deal with that personally?
Little bit nervous at the potential to have my face kind of up on all these walls, but I am quite chatty and I'm quite confident, and actually being recognised, I feel, will only enhance my abilities to perform in my role should I receive it. The more students that recognise me, the more students that know me, the more opportunities I've got to have students come up to me and talk to me and confide in me, and I think that's quite important. I think it's important that the students know who's representing them.
Superb. Thank you very much. A little bit of a scenario type one that we've got at the moment. Now, a student who's in distress comes up to you randomly and starts directing blame about something that's unrelated to your job role.
Okay.
How do you handle it?
First and foremost, try and calm them down. If somebody's upset, the way they choose to act may not actually accurately represent the person that they are. If somebody's frustrated or upset or unsure, I think the best way to move forward is to find out the exact problem and the exact cause and direct them to where they need to be, whether that be give them directions or take them personally, so that their complaint or their issue is handled in the correct format.
Brilliant. In your experience, what's the key to developing a good team?
Trust and good delegation. After doing a lot of teamwork, I find that traditionally in a group, a lot of people there'll be the students who slack and the students who pull extra weight. And actually, just by developing and expanding your delegation techniques and making sure that everyone's completely on board, regular meetings, and just develop that trust and know that if you've been asked to do something, that you're letting down your teammates if you're not doing it, by the same token as you wouldn't appreciate being let down if it was the other way around. And so just to be mindful that we are a team, make sure that you're always working as a team, and make sure you're always considering your team members and the impact your decisions and behaviours will have on those.
Brilliant. Leading directly on to the previous question we've just asked, how do you maintain trust in a team?
By keeping to deadlines, I would say, which isn't always effective, but I also think that from a leading perspective, I have chosen this year to implore that I will potentially set a deadline, or there will be a deadline in place, but I will always make sure that, because life is life and things go wrong and stuff comes up, that not everyone's always going to be able to meet a deadline, and that a deadline shouldn't be the ultimate. There should always be a little bit of room for manoeuvres in case things go wrong.
Brilliant, absolutely superb. Again, another scenario that we have in every single one of these that you will have been asked a number of times in the world. If you can describe a time when you successfully persuaded another person to change his or her opinion or belief.
Actually, I don't know, because I don't really like to push my opinions on other people. I think it's really important that people make their own conscious decision with the information they have. But in terms of doing that effectively, probably with the kids, silly things like when they're arguing about not wanting to go to bed or not eating what they're wanting for dinner. I'm very diplomatic. Like, some nights, guys, you're going to be eating something you maybe would prefer not to be eating, but it'll be one of the other's favourites, so it's on the menu this week. Going to bedtime, realistic expectations. They don't like to sleep. They also don't like to get up. And so, just talking to them, I suppose, and making sure, they understand and that they can see your point of view. I am always the student in seminars that jumps in with the debates and things. I really enjoy the back and forth and understanding. I think it enhances your understanding of a situation to see something from somebody else's perspective.
Brilliant. If you can tell me how you organise, plan and prioritise your work.
I fit things in where they fit. I am a student, I am raising 3 kids, I am doing an internship, and I'm obviously running for president. So this week, I'll be completely honest, my academic work has massively slacked. I'll make that up next week, because as and when things fit, I find time and I always manage to get stuff done.
Brilliant. In your opinion, what takes precedent here at the university, education or community?
For the university, education. It is the reason that we are here. We have chosen to come here. We have contributed a significant cost to be here, and as much as building a great network will be amazing and potentially follow you for the rest of your life, your education is what's going to get you from the learning standpoint to being able to generate a healthy income for you and all the plans that you have for the future.
Brilliant. Final one. How do you sell your ideas to others?
Usually by talking a lot. I'm a very chatty human being. I'm definitely one of the people that will talk above my time frame. But just chatting, understanding people's needs, understanding what they want, kind of directing them in the right direction. Sometimes people won't be interested in what you have to say or what you want to say, and I think it's important that you respect that.
Super, brilliant. They're the serious ones done.
Okay.
So they're the proper serious ones done.
Okay.
That's it.
I think I did quite well there.
You did. We've got just 10 less serious ones that are quite quick, easy, roll off the tongue, quite simple, okay?
Yeah.
Right, go. What's your favourite word?
Positivity.
What's your least favourite word?
Conflict.
What sound or noise do you love?
Sounds that I love, actually it might sound silly, but my kids sing, so that's quite nice. Like, I spy on them.
What sound or noise do you hate?
The eldest, he has this insane need to he makes this like noise and he walks around the house making it, and honestly it makes my ears hurt.
Brilliant. What's your dream job?
CEO of my own company. I want to open a proper full-on summer kids camp for kids here.
Super. What job would you never like to do?
Having done it, I'll be honest, being a picker-packer in a factory, it's not fun. Not at all. Super.
What stimulates you as a person?
I like to read. I watch a lot of news. It informs a lot of my conversation topics. And just socialising. I don't spend a lot of time socialising with all of the demands of life. So I deliberately make time for the friends I've made in uni so that I have that downtime.
Superb. What's your pet peeve about other people?
So because I'm a student rep, I've listened to quite a lot of feedback over the past year, and personally it's that students basically complain that things are not necessarily handed to them on a plate, and I do get frustrated with that when, like, if they complain about a specific issue and you come back with that there's this and this available, and they look at you kind of dumbfounded. like, these resources are here. And I suppose at third year, when I'm speaking to like people in my cohort, I do get a little bit frustrated. I think you can potentially make a module look bad. So yeah, just be aware. I like people to know what's available to them.
Super. Final one. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
My mum's sitting over there, because technically that's where she'd be if there was a heaven and hell.
Super. Any last words?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you very much for having me.
No, thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Brilliant.